지금 기계 아프지만 지나가 보면 웃음 나오는 희극. 그래서 우린 지금을 참고 살아. 난 미쳤다 생각하면서 keep dreaming. 희망이란 끈 잡고 살아. 이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈. 넘고 힘든 삶은 능선 내서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈. 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time. 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind. 헤야오 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 헤야오. 이 도시에서 멍 때리는 것조차도 사치 버릇처럼 내가 나를 착취해. 경추 쪽은 딱딱해지고 의식에 붙은 각질 모두 위맑은 땀 대신 날 적시.
It's the 2K Sports pregame.
Hello, basketball fans. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, two teams start fresh for their first game of the season, both squads believing this will be a great year. Our game tonight featuring the New York Knicks as they go up against the Milwaukee Bucks at their home, BMO Harris Bradley Center. Well, for Milwaukee, they put in a whole lot of hard work and preparation in the offseason. We saw them already in the preseason, and now all those adjustments get put to the test for a game that's going to count, and they're hoping to start out 1-0. And here we are, opening night of the new NBA season. Every club at this point can be optimistic. Some teams just looking to make the playoffs, others with much higher aspirations, Kenny.
Yeah, well, some people would say that you can start with a clean slate. But then certain people are saying we're building off of last year. So this is a continuation. But whatever happened last year to some of those teams who didn't reach their goals, they just can wash it out and start. But there are certain teams saying, yes, we are who we were last year, and watch who we are this year.
You want to come out the gate strong. Ernie, I think we're in for an exciting year. And it was a pleasure seeing you in San Tropez on our vacation.
Yes.
That's a nice aqua machine you got.
It was very surprising to see you there, big fella, too.
I was
it
not
was memorable.
invited.
How'd you like my bathing suit, Ernie?
Well, let's get it to Kevin Harlan.
In the middle, 7 feet, number 50, Patrick Ewing. At the point guard position, 6 feet 4 inches, number 12, John Wall. Starting at power forward, 6 feet 10 inches, number 23, Amare Stoudemire. Starting at the other forward position, standing 6'8", number 7, Carmelo Anthony. Starting at the other guard, 6 feet 4 inches, number 3, Dwayne Wade. The head coach of your home team is Jason Kidd. Once again, your Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You can feel the energy here in the BMO Harris Bradley Center. The Bucks looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. And this matchup with the Knicks, hard to believe, just the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Not a lot of competition, really. I mean, they're playoff caliber and took care of business against a team that wasn't playoff caliber and maybe still isn't.
And now the New York Knicks starters. They've got King. Steph Curry's out there with E in at the 4 slot. Well, the Bucks made huge strides as a team last season. Greg, most of it came from them establishing themselves as a top-2 defensive team.
And Kevin, as you know, that's really where it starts for all the elite teams. And the Bucks defensively were very strong. You look at the metrics that measure a lot of the defensive categories. Bucks finished with the 2nd-best defensive rating in the NBA.
Now Anthony, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. And Griffin sends it back. And now the Knicks on the break. Goes up, and the dunk by Abdul-Jabbar.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
They get a hand on it. And Curry with the clear path to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, a careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
The shot by Stoudemire, no good. The Knicks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Launches it. Again, Curry missing.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Wall. And it's King with the rebound.
And trying to come up with a highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish it.
And Anthony sends it back. He kicks it to Wall. All sorts of time, and the basket good.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
Curry. Again, Curry missing.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it, I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there. But he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
And you see the way Blake Griffin plays. He is a force. Very hard to contain him when he gets in close just due to his strength and activity.
Milwaukee with the ball. The Knicks making the shot. Now here's Wall. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Oh, what a sweet stroke from Curry on that one.
For Griffin and his ability to create contact close, he's been called a bull in a china shop, something that I think Clarkie embraces.
Yeah, I think he'd rather be the bull than the china in that situation because of his strength and physicality. And I think that's the right mentality to have as a power forward.
It's Curry outside. Again, Curry missed.
It hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Ewing kicks to Stoudemire, and he gets it to go. Stoudemire's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Curry against Wall. King, the pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now, here's Wade, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. A different look for Milwaukee. The great comes in for Amari Stoudemire, and Iverson's subbed in for John Wall. Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
And James drills them both.
You know, the Knicks made the playoffs every season between 1988 and 2001. It's kind of strange now to see the Knicks struggle to get into the playoffs so often. Only 3 trips in the playoffs the last 10 seasons.
1:31 left to play here in the first. Carter for three. Good, and the assist goes to James. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum. And listen, the pressure is always on the Knicks to make the playoffs just because of where the team is. Being in New York can have its advantages, but it comes with expectations that your team will be in the postseason.
Pass to Carter from past the arc, and again New York with the triple.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers, and theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
The three from Iverson. Here's Ewing. Soft touch off the glass.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
New York's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. From deep, James, good on the shot. James has got 5 points so far.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc. Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
It's deflected. Carter with the three. No good on the buzzer beater.
And now your Milwaukee Bucks dancer.
And John Wall, a multiple All-Star in this league. But make no mistake, his focus is squarely on team success.
Main thing for me is going into this season is just trying to win. I mean, I got my.
Wall's the kind of guy that has his eye on the prize all the time, and the less emphasis he places on his own goals, I think, Greg, the better he seems to get.
That's a great point. And Kevin, he is a man on a mission at this point in his career. Only one thing is going to satisfy him, and that's chasing that ring.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and, you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And New York looking at who they've got. Marion is out there with Abdul-Jabbar. Then it's Curry. And there's Carter. And it's Chandler in at the center, locking down the middle. The Milwaukee Bucks ended last season 41 up and 41 down. A perfect 500 mark, and they were the epitome, Clark, of average at the end of the season. And as you can see, even during it.
Well, they're a young team, but at one point, 17-17. Also had an 11-11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
6 on the shot clock. The 9-footers on the mark. Anthony's got 5. Carter dishes to Abdul-Jabbar. Powered down after the assist, let him into the lane.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
And the Bucks were average last season. I mean, they were 17-17. Also 7-7 at home, 10-10 on the road, 5-5 in the games leading up to that. So in every measurable way, they were 500.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
You know, just thinking back to that Milwaukee factoid again, I mean, the odds that we'll ever see something like that happen again are minuscule. I mean, that team was just destined to end up 41-41. Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Kicks to Iverson. Now the dish to Carmelo. The 9-foot shot. Here's Stoudemire. Chandler with the block. Carter kicks to Curry. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Carter's got his 3rd assist on the night. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Curry gets the bucket. And so it's Milwaukee with it. 7-point differential. Marion against Anthony. And Chandler sends it back to the inside. And Vince Carter with the slam.
Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 5. Here's Thurman. Chandler with the block. They recover it. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
Griffin's check in for New York. King comes in for Sean Marion. And it's Carter. Penetrates.
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on them now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Dwayne Wade, he's checked in for Iverson. Easy Breezy's checked in for New York. Bucks trail by 11. And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
The Bucks shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. Free throw good, Stoudemire.
Stoudemire has, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
Passes it to Wall. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Finishes the break with a slam.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Here's Wall, following the score by New York. Ball's knocked loose. He feeds it to Carmelo. And count it. 2 points with a chance for 1 more at the free throw line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
Ewing's checked in for Stoudemire. James checked in for New York. Bucks trail by 7. And here's Wall. Wade outside. The screen from Ewing. Back to Wall. Griffin with the steal. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's Greer. Rejected by Wall. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. Taken away by Anthony. And it's the Bucks on the break. Wall with the ball. The open shot by Ewing. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Ewing's got his 2nd basket of the night. The Knicks leading by 5.
Listen, the Knicks finishing at the bottom of the East last season. They didn't go into the season thinking they were in for a rough go, making last season all that more painstaking for the fans.
Now here's Wall. Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Now here's James, following the miss by John Wall.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
Yeah, you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here. He shattered the backboard.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
New York's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. James, the pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Wall dishes to Wade. There's the steal. James kicks to Griffin. It's stolen by Wall. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. The great passes to Anthony. Great look, but off the mark.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
King, that's good.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Wall against James. And Wall kicks to Ewing. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And that concludes the first half. It's the Knicks up by 7. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Tyson, what has been the key to enabling your team to control the tempo of this game throughout this first half?
I think the way we came out defensively, we locked into their sets. We're taking them out of what they want to accomplish. Because of that, we're able to make some shots on the other end.
It all came together in that first 24 minutes. Tyson, thanks for the time, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And an exciting time of the year as the first game of the regular season is halfway through. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. Hey, big fella, what's your take on New York so far?
You know what, Ernie, I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Milwaukee?
To fall behind like this at home after only one half is upsetting. We're not talking about an insurmountable deficit, but we're not talking about a small one either. They're going to have to play a good second half of basketball for a chance to win this.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
The second half just about to get going here.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and they had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his teams.
Bucks trail by 7. All out there with Dwayne Wade. Then it's Ewing. Then it's Anthony. And it's Stoudemire in at the power forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Here's King. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach, but I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
Now here's Wall. Looking to get back on track here. Get on that shot. With that, the Knicks lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Anthony.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Here's Curry, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Wall with the steal. And there's the pass to Wade. It's rebounded by New York. They've led by as many as 11 points. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Easy breezy. He's got his first 2 points of the night. Bucks trail by 9. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Wade left side. Clock at 6. Pass to Stoudemire. Wall, that's a 2-pointer. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one. Short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. The drive by Wade. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on as the season grew older. More and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
And the Bucks making a change here. Iverson's checked in, and a new group in for the Knicks. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Marion comes in for Blake Griffin. Vince Carter, he's checked in for King. And Money subbed in for Easy Breezy. Both free throws good from Wade. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were around, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season. He's been aggressive looking for a shot, but without much success. It might be time for him to take a step back and look to help the team in other ways.
Timeout called the Bucks. And for those younger folks who might not be familiar, go online and look at some old clips of Vince Carter. In his prime, Clark, one of the great dunkers the league has ever seen.
And for my money, the greatest game dunk in pro basketball history belongs to him. With Team USA back in 2000, jumped over a 7-2 center and punched it on it. Hard to top that.
Bucks trail by 10. Outside Anthony. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Anthony's got 4 this quarter.
And you think back to Vince Carter starting his career with the Raptors, an 8-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA selection, and he really introduced Canada to the NBA game.
Wade dishes to Iverson. Shot is off.
Now, nice work there to contest the
plan.
Carter, the pass to Kerr. The 3-pointer off the mark.
And for Vince Carter, a superstar in his prime when he was with the Raptors, and his departure left some bad feelings there, no doubt. But, you know, you think back to last season, though, in Toronto, they played a video tribute which brought Vince to tears. I mean, that was nice to see the reconciliation.
So it's the Knicks now after the basket by Milwaukee. And that one's good. And the Knicks lead by 8.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Here's Anthony following the score by New York. To the paint. And then Ewing with the jam.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Third quarter of basketball here in just a little over 3.5 minutes gone by. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The grades checked in for the Bucks. And New York with a change here too. James checked in for Steph Curry. Iverson against James, and they double up Iverson. Chandler with the block, and they're able to recover.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Back to Iverson. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Iverson's got his second basket of the night. New York leading by 6. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
And so it's Milwaukee with it, following the score by New York. Ewing, and a strong finish with two hands.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Wall's checked in, and a switcher also for New York. Kings checked in for money.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Sean Marion. Wall attacking. The Bucks working the ball around. Chandler with the steal. King, the pass to James. Here's Carter. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Bucks trail by 9.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book.
Here is Carter. Following the basket by John Wall.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Here's Iverson. The Knicks pull it in.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
James against Wall. To the middle, off the pick. That one's in there. The New York lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from the crate.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Here's Wall. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Now it's just a 3-point New York lead. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Griffin.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Knicks lead by 3. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. The Knicks leading by 3. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth. Easy breezy out there with Steph Curry. Then it's King. Then there's Griffin. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the 5 down low. Now here's Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. Pass to King. To the wing right side. Fires from the corner. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Good. 14 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
He's the kind of player that even the best defense has no answer.
Wade kicks to Anthony. Stoudemire setting the pick for Anthony. Dishes to Stoudemire, and he slams it one-handed.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
Here's Anthony, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Outside for Curry. Curry with another miss.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
To take the lead, and Anthony is good for three. Anthony's got 11 in the second half.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Yeah, and actually still too close to call. I mean, this one is tight.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
And here's Wall. After the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. King with the block. Griffin dishes to Abdul-Jabbar. New York moving it around. Feeds it to Curry. Taken away by Anthony. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. Anthony drives in. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Griffin's got his third rebound tonight. Shoots from 12. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. 16 points for Steph Curry.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek Fisher had some words for his team over that last break. And with the game still very much in play, he sounded very confident, telling the players, don't let up. This is where we make our move. Right now. Go take it. Kevin?
For New York, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
You know, with all the shots they've knocked down here in the second half, their field goal percentage has crossed the 50% mark.
Yeah, and any team will take that excellent in terms of their efficiency.
Curry's shot is good.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
Timeout called the Bucks. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
Ewing's checked in for the great. Wade passes to Ewing. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
It's stolen by Wall. One-on-one fast break. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Just enormous, guys. With time winding down, goes for the steal, and then off to the races.
Yeah, that was big time right there, Clark. That's terrific basketball.
Now here's Curry. Abdul-Jabbar in the screen. King, the pass to Griffin. The feed now to Abdul-Jabbar. No luck. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Wade kicks to Anthony. King with the block. They recover it. Tries again. It's Ewing that time on the assist by Wall. Wall's got 5 assists tonight.
I love that plan. Set up the opportunity for the mismatch.
Yeah, knowing they have...
How about that, Kevin?
What range on that shot.
Unbelievable.
That's amazing. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And now your Milwaukee Bucks dancers.
Wade dishes the Wall. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Ewing. Abdul-Jabbar with the block. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for New York.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
It's stolen by Stoudemire. Kicks it to Wade. Money! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Watch out. D-Wade has caught fire.
Curry against Wall. It's Vince Carter on the wing. It counts. And the foul. That's on Dwayne Wade.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
You know, I don't believe in the word choke, but to come away empty right there is brutal. This game would have been over.
Can't cash in, and he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's the knockout blow right there, guys. Those free throws should put this one away.
Timeout called the Bucks. They're trailing by 4. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, time, a huge factor right now. They've got to get points and then the foul.
Yeah, it has to be quick because every tick is critical.
Here is Wall. He dishes it to Stoudemire. Wade for 3. Ewing the pass to Carmelo. No one near Wall as he lets it go. Misses the shot. So a close game sees New York take this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And time now to head over to Ernie Johnson for the 2K postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot. Is hotter than anyone else is hot. He can beat you with his feet, his mind, his shot. The only thing you can be sure of is that he will beat you.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.